Welcome to social media. I am your host, Shirnay. If you have not clicked like and subscribe, do it now. We are a show about what goes on in the wonderful world of social media on our show. And we share what is going on in the real world on our show, and we keep it real. So I definitely am interactive with every comment, every person that talks on our show, because that is what social media is about. It's about communication amongst everyday people talking about everyday situations. One of my first shows was the story that I broke about Deja Haugabrook and her mom and her husband. This now after that, they have shows that they do and have made a name for themselves as a couple, and I wish them all the best and all the success. One of the comments that we got on our show was that, hey, you shouldn't have done this show, you didn't do your fact checking, all of this stuff. If you know me, most of the times I will post a video now that you see, and you're able to see the actual original footage from social media that we received or that we've gotten, and then we will post different snippets. But it being my first show, I definitely talked about the situation as a whole, because it was on every major platform, not just mine. The story of the fact that Deja at the time allegedly was 18 when she got married to someone who was a senior, who had a previous relationship of sorts with her husband, and it was alleged that it could have been something that was going on between them prior to her turning 18. Now, this was put on all the major networks, not just my show, but the feedback that I got on this show was a lot of feedback and very versatile in nature. Some people were like, hey, listen, no, it's not appropriate. Some people were like, hey, you know what? That's them. Let them do them. She's grown. She can do what she wants to do. I was very objective and kept it very um, to the point, the detailed information, sharing the information, and wanted to simply hear everyone's feedback. And everybody's perception of the situation is very different and vastly different. We're all entitled to our opinion. As far as my personal opinion, I really didn't specify it in detail. I simply said, hey, listen, you know what? My position on it is still the same. I wish them the best, everyone the best. As far as the mom and the daughter, I hope that they're able to make amends if that is what they both desire to do. To each their own. God bless. I wish everybody best. But one of the comments that I recently received was that, oh, you need to fact check. You didn't get your facts straight. You didn't share any, you didn't, not necessarily share, but you didn't get your facts right, and they were sleeping together, they want a relationship. Whatever terminology you want to give as far as the mom and the Deja's husband, um you will see it in this video. You're going to hear it from the horse's mouth. And as far as what you call it and the terminology, whether you call it a relationship, whether you call it a hookup, whether you call it alleged sexual relations, whatever you call it, it doesn't change the fact that the general scope of the conversation was expressing simply that they had a relationship that was more than just a platonic friendship. It was more, it went past that point. Now, how far it went into it, you're going to hear from the horse's mouth. You're going to hear from Deja's mom herself in this video. You also will hear from Deja when this actual response to the situation and the allegations first came out, which is where we do our sourcing. So we stand behind our sourcing on social media. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your commentary.
Okay, so when Deja went missing with my oldest daughter, Jerica, she was actually in Jacksonville with my oldest daughter, but we didn't know where she was. And I was stressed out. Okay. Didn't know where she was for 4 whole days, and the little girl had got found in the freezer at the time. Remember that?
Yeah.
With her friends at the hotel.
Right.
So when my baby got missing, I was losing it. I put my hands through my hair. This is my hair. It was falling out. Just falling out. Whole braids. Stressed out. Couldn't we put the post up? See, Mike used to come to our house and hang out, but I never knew him for years and years and years like people think. I'm not from Fort Pierce. I'm born in Virginia. I was raised in Gifford.
Okay.
So as far as knowing his background and all that, what he do and all of this stuff, I didn't know any of that. So what I did know was me and him had done already, it had been years, but me and him in 2017, we had done had our relations or whatever, and it didn't work out right. So I stopped dealing with him. But when he seen me put that post up, he called me and asked me what was going on. And I told him, I said, well, Deja's missing. He said, Deja. I said, that's your little girl, right? Didn't even know. I was like, yeah. That's my daughter. I said, she's missing. We don't know where she's at. I done called the police. We done been looking, because me and the adopted mama, Ashley Jackson, we were co-parenting.
Okay.
Big. So Mike said, so do you think if I say that's my goddaughter, being that everybody knows me here, that will help? I said, yeah, go ahead. Okay. So you go ahead and do that. I sent him the picture. She was in my ex's Lexus, in the back of his Lexus, with the little cute little things, with the little yellow top. And he put the picture out there by his goddaughter. Now, after that, Mike never came back to my house. He never talked to Deja, never was around. We just said that, the Godfather thing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so then he was like, he did try to say, oh, well, he'll look out or whatever, but he never came through. And it was okay. It wasn't a big deal because I've been mom and dad forever, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
Okay, so a year later, the adopted mom said, well, you need to get together, because I had to move out of that apartment, because I was actually subleasing the apartment. So I had to move out of there and find another place. So I went to roommate with my cousin, and then from there I ended up moving to Wabassa. Okay. So from there I ended up getting a house in the Highlands in Bureau. So she told me, you need to hurry up and get your stuff together, because when she turns 16, I don't know what's going to happen. That meant she wanted Deja out of her house.
Right. Right.
Deja, she said Deja's been trying to fight on her, and she bringing boys in and out, sneaking and doing all this stuff. And I'm like, seriously? Because see, Deja is a type. When my other daughters told her about all this money and all the drug money and everything they used to have and all of that, I'm tired of going to jail. So I'm not going to keep selling drugs and to buy you stuff. Like, I'm going to give you everything that I possibly can give you. What I can't give you, then I can't give you.
Right.
So that's what it is. And Deja just got to herself. She showed me that money was more important.
Right, right.
So when we went over to the Ashley house, I let her do her thing. Go ahead on back over there. Go ahead, because that's not what I'm about. Yeah. Oh. So after all of that, I mean, I ended up going to jail because my oldest daughter went to go and retaliate on the boy who actually touched Deja when she was 2, which she did not know. And I can't wait till she come home November 6th, because we will be doing another interview. She will let you know herself.
Who come home November 6th?
My oldest daughter, Jerica, the one I went to jail.
Okay, so she got in trouble for retaliating against the other
guy. No, I got in trouble. When she went to go retaliate, she called me, and I got caught with a gun in my truck, because I did pull it out. I ain't gonna lie, I did. Okay. So, and I keep a bat in my truck. Well, she bought her a car and had a bat in there. So when I got ready to pull off, when the police stopped, they stopped me. And I'm like, the issue is back there. I'm leaving. So when they seen the bat, the car, I'm gone. Yeah. And this all is surrounded by Deja. Right. Now I wait for the next question.
Okay. My next question. My next question. The next question was.
Before we go to the next question, wait a minute. Hello, Davina. This is Keisha. Hello. I just want to reiterate so people can understand. So you're saying you're saying that the Godfather situation was only during the time she went missing as a way to find her. He was just helping out.
Okay, that was then, but then when I came home February 5th, it was still my godfather. He told me that he was my godfather. He said he's my godfather. So I asked, when I was in jail, I asked, because I heard girls coming in there talking about she messing with an older man. And then I got a phone. When I called home, I found out that it was him. So I snapped. And when I came home, I went up on, I asked her, I said, are you messing with him? Because if he is, that's nasty as hell. Because me and him done been together before, and he knew you when you were 2 and 3 years old.
Right.
You know, and he's supposed to be your damn God. So, and he way older than me. That's nasty as hell.
Right.
No, mama, it ain't like that. It's not like that. He telling me, oh, I wish people stop saying that. I wish they stop saying that because I don't want to lose my kids to DCF and da-da-da-da-da. I could lose my house and my kids. You should thought about that.
We got a good amount of people on here. 10 people. Okay. So for everybody stating their opinions about me and my husband, I can't go on
You fucking my daughter.
blocked for 30 days. So I'm
Right.
When she was 15.
Right.
I'm just saying, you lied the whole time. And the day before Father's Day, and on what was that? The 18th of June.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's when it came out. She left, and then he decided to. She went to come stay. She came over here to borrow money from me to buy him a Father's Day gift. And I was all gun ho, but she was texting, and he thought she was texting some other dude. So I'm like, why is he so upset about her texting another dude? If they not,
I want to go on his page. We just gonna settle.
then when she comes over, I waited for about an hour. She was in my bed right here, because yes, I did come home and I did move in here with my daughter. I didn't have to. I was supposed to go to Brooklyn, but I had my vehicle and all my stuff in the storage at my ex-dude's job. So I was not gonna leave my stuff. So I had to wait until I got a job and I was able to get all my things, and that's what I did. Right. But Deja was here
At 16 with no.
right here in my bed telling me, I said, so you ready to talk? And then she started talking and started telling me everything. And I already knew, I'm a mother. I know when my kids is lying.
Pregnant!
I asked her, why did you lie? Oh, because he said, don't tell you. I said, well, why do you think he told you that?
Right.
I don't know. I said, because for one, we done been together too. He know
Job. Get a job. Pregnant and all, working.
He knew you from a baby. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, so they started messing around when she was 16.
Yeah.
Allegedly 16.
Child, please. You were 16.
Me and my husband, we're married. Me and my husband ain't going nowhere.
Let me look.
Because you was right here when you said you got put out and you ain't have nowhere to go. No, you got put out from Ashley house and you was right here in your sister's house and you was living with her because I begged her from jail to let you come and stay here.
I ain't had nobody. My mama was a druggie.
Education is a must.
Yes.
So go to school and learn something and be somebody. Be better than me. Don't be like me. Be better than me. So that's a big thing for me. She let her come and stay here, and she didn't want to follow the rules. She want to run in and out, do all this stuff. You done got pregnant once, abortion, then you're pregnant again. Now, then you have the baby. Now you
Nobody. Never had nobody.
you baby's got a cold at 6 days old, and you had a setback. That's crazy.
I'm not saying this to show to have no sympathy or looking for sympathy. Nobody sympathizing with me. This is not what it's for.
Mother, you're a child, had a child, but you're gonna have to learn to be a mother because you can't keep aborting kids.
Right, right.
So, I mean, don't say you didn't have nowhere and this and that. You didn't want to follow the rules.
I'm just letting y'all know that.
And lying, saying that they would say, oh no, we ain't doing this, we ain't doing that. You lied.
Have a life to live. Okay, so what? He's 46, not 50. Thank you.
Gonna let them live and this not even say, and I was gonna just let them live. But when she went on that live and said, oh, at 16, my mama I ain't have nobody, and my mama's a druggie, is a druggie. Girl,
because I'm happy. Deja always gonna be happy. No.
Been clean since June 24th, 2015, baby.
I'ma live my life. I'm going to live my life to the fullest. We only have one life, and that's what y'all fail to realize.
We looking for Deja everywhere. Where Deja? The caseworker found me in Jersey in prison. Miss Evans, we've been looking for you everywhere. We can't find Deja. This is what's happening with your kids. That's how I found out about what I just said about my kids.
Yeah.
When I came home, when I got out, what I do? I got on my.
So why would I want to be, just because I'm young, why would I want to be with it? If I got, my mind is more mature.
Boxes down here, boxes of clothes, boxes, shoes, everything, sending them. And I'm talking about,
what, my mind was straight. That's what got me here. That's what got me here. I kept my head on. I kept reaching my goals.
I'm the type of mother, I might not like what you got going on, but I'm gonna have to find a way to deal with it some kind of way so I can still have a relationship with my children. Right. And I still was close to my baby girl. I got my granddaughter. I still called her. I just didn't like talking to him. I didn't acknowledge him unless I had to speak to him about the baby. Other than that, no. Or Deja. Other than that, I just don't. Because I just don't condone in that. I would never sleep behind my mother. And then when it was an accident, she didn't know. But when I told her, she still
yeah.
But she's still my baby, and I still love her. And I be.
Yeah, that's what someone
not
said. From her.
Think that I don't love my child.
Right.
I love my child.
Yes. It's okay.
And the baby, but she wanted to go to Florida State, and we thought that was so awesome. And I was like, okay, Deja, you gonna go to? She was like, yes, Mom, I'm gonna go. And then next thing you know, a few days later, it all changed, and it still hadn't came out yet. So I'm like, well, what is he wanted her to stay here and go to a community college? Well, it's state college now, but it's local. You want to go to Florida State? We were supposed to keep the baby. Me, my daughters, Ashley.
I got a whole scholarship. I'm finna be going to college, become a registered nurse. I can go to college and it's free. I ain't gotta pay a dime. And to see nobody happy. That's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all can't stand to see nobody happy. Y'all can't stand that. Y'all can't even stand somebody trying to change for the better and do better for themselves. Y'all can't stand that.
She just changed her mind because he stopped her from that. Because I think she had, if I'm not mistaken, she does have a scholarship as well. But it's just sitting there.
I love and appreciate every comment, but the realization of the reality of the relation is not, splitting hairs, the little things about terminologies as far as you say potato, I say potato, you say tomato, I say tomato. Like, come on now. You're not going to write into some of these major networks like the Shade Room or any of those major networks with the scrutiny that you give to us as independent artists that are breaking the same news in the same media, but we go a little bit deeper, we dig a little deeper. So our show is like none other, and I appreciate all the love and support. But keep in mind, this is what makes social media so great, and this is what makes social media great, is the fact that regular people are voicing information and sharing information, which gives a level of authenticity that wasn't there 10 years ago. It wasn't there 15 years ago. So even though we are in the forefront and we are in the media and we are public figures in a sense, we still are people, and we put forth our heart behind something. There was nothing about that story that I reported that wasn't already reported. And there was nothing about that story that was different. So it's simply saying that there is a community of people. There are people that have their own personal beliefs that feel like, hey, you know what, that's too young. There's parents that feel that's too young, and they're entitled to that feeling and that their opinion, just like you are. So just because you believe something different, give space. In the world of social media, always remember to give space for everyone to have their opinion, because everyone's opinion is different. Our job is not to force feed our opinions on you as newscasters, as broadcasters, as social media influencers. Our job is to share the information, give our opinion, but it is just that. Just because it's my opinion, I've never stressed anything as a fact. So thanks for watching. Here's the facts. And yes, I stand by the show that I produced because it was based on factual information that was shared directly from the two individuals that were discussed in the actual show. Watch, stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Click like, subscribe, follow, and I will definitely talk to you soon. Bye.